If not for one curious teenage boy, nobody would have discovered the truth about the Lagos street, where people walk at night without leaving a single footprint, even after rainfall. People always said Ogunle Road in Akinwale town was normal in the daytime, but strange at night. At night, nobody left footprints on that road. Even when rain falls heavily and turned the red earth to mud, still, the road stayed untouched, smooth, perfect. I can refuse to remember who walked on it. People noticed it, but they looked away because in Nigeria, once something is strange and not causing trouble, wisdom says you leave it alone. So Ogunle Road was left alone, talked about in low voices, and avoided late at night. Except by one person named Femi the Smart, sharp-mouthed, and dangerously curious to a fault. The kind of boy who touched things just to know why they existed. This same boy once opened a masquerade's costume to check if it's really human. And his mother still used the story to warn him every time he left the house. Femi, curiosity can kill you before old age. So when he overheard mechanics whispering, "Guy, if you like pour cement, Ogunle Road no go collect footprint once it passed 11 p.m. Femi felt goosebumps of excitement. He wanted proof, real proof. That same night, he packed a nylon of fine brownie roux powder, soft enough to show the tiniest footmark, and sneaked out at 10:45 p.m. His mind was racing. What if this was just a rumor? What if people truly walked there and left nothing behind? And most importantly, why, by 10:58 p.m., he reached the long stretch of Ogunle Road. It looked like every other street in Lagos. Broken streetlight, noisy transformer, 2 potholes shaped like the map of Africa. He then poured the Iru powder across the road, thick and visible. Anyone walking through would definitely leave prints. Then he waited. A few minutes passed. Cars stopped coming. The night grew strangely still. At 11:03 p.m., he heard footsteps. A group of people appeared from the darkness at the far end of the street. He couldn't see their faces clearly, but their movements were strange. They didn't swing their arms, they just moved slowly and almost floating. When they reached the patch of powder, Femi jumped a little, excited to see footprints appear. But the powder didn't shift. Not even one mark. The people walked right across it, and the powder remained perfect, smooth, untouched, like no one had passed. Femi blinked, thinking his eyes were playing tricks. He shone his torchlight toward their legs and probed. They had no feet, yet they walked smoothly and calmly. His torchlight slipped from his hand and hit the ground. Then the group stopped, and slowly they turned to look at him. Femi squeezed his eyes shut. A soft elderly voice said, "Why do you disturb our path, son?" Another voice, deeper, added, "This road belonged to us long before this town was rebuilt. At night, we pass through. The living are not meant to question us." Femi swallowed hard. He couldn't run. His legs were jelly. "She didn't mean any harm," he whispered. "I was just curious." Then the old voice responded gently, "Curiosity is good, but respect is better." Femi nodded quickly, still refusing to look up. "Step aside," they said, "let us continue our journey." He stepped away from the road, slowly, respectfully. A cold breeze brushed past him, like someone walking inches from his chest. When he opened his eyes, they were gone. The road was empty, but the Yeru powder was no longer smooth. It was now covered with faded, old-fashioned footprints. Prints didn't match modern shoes or sandals. By morning, half the community gathered around the powder. Older villagers recognized something immediately. Those were the footprints of people who died during the old village relocation. Before the town was rebuilt, the road had been part of their burial path. A path no one living was meant to question. Their spirits still walked it, said the elders. Femi became surprisingly respected after that night. Nobody scolded him, they only told him one thing. Wisdom is knowing which mysteries to leave alone. From that day, whenever Femi passed Ogunle Road at night, he greeted quietly, "Good evening. Make una pass well, oh." And the road stayed peaceful, as long as nobody disturbed it again. If this story gave you chills, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And drop your thoughts in the comments. Would you walk that road at night?